Hi everybody, it's day 2 of my master cleanse. You may have noticed the hat, although I'm in an interior environment. That's because I'm really cold. I haven't been able to keep my body very warm today, even though I've been dutifully pounding the juice. I've probably had 12 so far, and it's not even the witching hour yet. So we have the hat going on, we have some layers, we've got some stuff that I wear in the camping environment, and it's a pretty good look altogether for me. Hunger, had it today, had it worse than yesterday. Apparently yesterday there were still some things in my system that were moving around, satisfying me in some way. Today those things were not there anymore, and it was just hunger. So every time I felt a little hunger, I went and made myself another juice, and helpful. Not entirely satisfying, but this is what I signed up for. Irritable. I still am not the person you want to take to a party with you, especially not if there's food and drink and other things that you're going to find at really any party. Into the nuts and bolts section, let's talk about the saltwater flush. It's my flush of choice. I'm not doing the tea because I have cramped in the past. I've been getting up a little bit earlier because for me it takes me about 2.5 hours from the moment I begin drinking to get to that point where indeed it is all flushed away. 2.5 hours, because the last thing I want to do is walk out the door and be having an accident out there. That's private. How you make it. Water, a quart. That's a lot. A quart is a lot. 2 teaspoons sea salt. This is the type of sea salt that I use. They promise that it's smooth, something you may have heard. People refer to beer as smooth maybe, or what else would be smooth? The water, I put it in a little pot to heat it up, to make it warm. Add the salt, stir, and then I begin what I like to call the soup ruse. I like to pretend that this is miso soup. So I start with a bowl, and I use a spoon. And I start out kind of using my spoon, and I concentrate on the back of my palate rather than the front of my tongue. If it's warm, it helps, but don't make it too hot, because then you have a scalding bowl of salt water. Distraction was the name of the game today. I concentrated on things around me while I was eating my miso soup. Pretty things, cool things, weird things, entertaining myself, filming myself from different angles to try to mix it up a little bit. I relied on physics. I had physics on my side. You see how the curve of the bowl means that the water volume is really diminishing. Other tips that people recommend: brushing your teeth right beforehand can dull the taste, or sucking on a little mint beforehand and then spitting the mint out. We wouldn't want to be swallowing anything, people. Some people drink it with a straw. That's not the style I've chosen, but you could try that. On to the rumination of the day. Day 2 was a day for me to reflect on the astounding integration of my life with food. Just flipping through my digital photos was a useful way of coming into touch with the fact that I really do food. I make it, I photograph it, I enjoy it with friends, and most of all, I just eat it. So, useful thing to see. I'm glad I get to return to food. At some point down the line, we're not going to count the days, because right now we're going moment by moment. Good night to everybody out there. Best of luck if you're on your own journey, and together we'll get there.